What's up, everyone? I am your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka Silent but Deadly. I am joined by who? Who am I joined by?
Sean MF Ross,
What the MF stand for?
the homie.
Oh, is that German?
At
Dahomey?
some point, they were probably there.
No.
I don't doubt it.
Our
Who else
homie
is
would be
here?
yes, homie. What? No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Well, you shouldn't listen to me. I've never taken a single German class in my life, so there's that. And who was that? I mean,
That's
like
me, Avery.
nailed it. Look at that. That's the news tycoon right there. All right. Now you know who we are. Press X Star Podcast is the weekly show where we talk about the latest gaming news, gives you Jesus. Wait, the latest gaming news. Oh yeah, yes, that's what we do. We review the biggest games and give you our thoughts on the games we are playing. Our goal is to expand the video game media landscape through an underserved point of view. Now, before we jump into the stuff in the news and the GTA 6 stuff, we have a little announcement. Check out our live reactions of the PlayStation State of Play. We were talking about Tekken 8, the review of Tekken 8, the God of War Ragnarok, Rise of the Ronin, and more. It's on our YouTube at Press X to Start TV. Or if you're watching this right now, you just literally just do the whole click thing because there will be like a little card for you to click on. And you can just do that. But if you're listening to this, you need to watch. You need to watch. Just do both at the same time. It's amazing. It's called multitasking. I believe in you. All right. With that being the case, now you know who we are. Now you know what this podcast is, and now you know where to go to watch the PlayStation State of Play. Now it is time for us to talk about the games we have been playing. DJ, what have you been playing? Hey, DJ. Well, thanks for asking. I've been playing two games. I'm gonna talk about the first game, and then we'll talk about the second game in that order. The first game is Genshin Impact. Guys, you excited?
Of course, always.
Yes. See? Yeah, that's the enthusiasm I want. So, Genshin Impact, I talked about this earlier, before, in the past. They just put out their 3.1 trailer drop, and of course, it is Genshin Impact doing Genshin Impact things, which is beautiful, beautiful things. So, in this trailer drop, they talked about the new desert biome that's going to be um, as an extension of Sumeru. Nailed it because I've been practicing. Thank you. Not giving my flowers. It looks cool. They also showed off the new characters because as Genshin Impact grows, the character roster also grows, and the characters look dope. And this new character, Cadence, whatever her name is, she
Mhm.
has a sword, she has a spear and shield. Um, looks great, looks cool. Uh, they're Genshin Impact continues to amaze me because they keep ramping up their levels. So
Mhm.
last I guess what 2.0, 2.8, like that kind of like update, they had they added different islands or whatever, and it was like, "Oh, cool, they added more space to the game to explore. That's cool." This like 3.0, 3.1, they added new characters which everyone expected. They added a card game. They're going to add a card game to this game that's going to be a permanent fixture of the game.
What?
Yeah, and no one expected that to happen. Like, everyone was just like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna get characters." And then the announcement just kinda continued, and we're like, "They're adding cards to the game? Like, what?" So, we don't know too much about the card game system, but it looks interesting. The thing is, I'm not that big of a card person, what, Gwent in Witcher? I never really played that. Well, Horizon 2 didn't have a card system. They had that other system. Did y'all play that in the card thing in
What?
Horizon?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's
Did you enjoy it? Or you just played
no.
it for the trophy?
There's no trophy for it.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
I find it actually a very like that is a game I prefer to play in real life than play in a game because it's so involved and there's so many elements that it feels like it should be its own thing and not
Yeah.
just a mini game here.
Okay. So, yeah, like, they're doing a card system. I wanna see what that's going to amount to because I think at the front, it's like, "Oh, that's cool. They're adding more, like, diverse content to this game to play." But then it's like, "Alright, so is this also gonna be behind, like, Primo Gem system? Like, what is this gonna really amount to in terms of the actual game as a whole?" But the biggest news that they announced was they are partnering with, I'm gonna butcher the name, but I'm gonna try my best. Uh, Oof, Ufotable? Ufotable? Is that what's the proper pronunciation, Avery?
Ufotable. Well, like,
Ufotable. Thank
yeah,
you.
it's one of those weird Japanese words. It's clearly an English name, English word. So like, I'm not gonna front people on its pronunciation in terms of like, is it UFO table or is it UFO table?
Yeah.
Because in
See,
Japanese it'd be UFO.
oh yeah, okay, okay. See, my broken brain, I read UFO table, and I know that's not the right thing, but I can't help it but see that. So yeah, Genshin Impact is partnering with UFO table. Is it UFO table? I'm gonna go with that. And they are making an anime. Oh, let me jump. Let me jump. And this is supposed to be a concept trailer. This looks amazing. No one saw this coming, and everyone's just like, "What the hell?" Like, this being a concept trailer, we don't really know if it's going to really amount to this level of detail in every scene because I don't even think this is necessary to get like this kind of like
Fidelity.
fidelity, but it looks cool. Water looks amazing because water is a big thing when it comes to things like this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I am man, this looks so good.
You could put
Oh
a
my god.
seal video in there.
See. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. That's pretty much the new stuff that's dropping for 3.1. That's happening in like 2 weeks or so. In terms of the actual story for Sumeru, like I am enjoying it. I'm gonna give a really brief spoiler because I know none of y'all gonna play it. Like when you enter the city, the main thing about the city is that no one in this city dreams, and you're like, oh, that's an interesting like weird thing, and everyone's all proud of it. Like, yeah, we don't dream because we're so logic based. We don't need the dream because dreams are for imagination. We don't need imagination because we're intelligent. You know that, and everyone gets this like little
Dream
smart
inhibitor.
device thing that, huh?
I said dream inhibitor.
Uh, well, well, it's like a little smart device thing that goes on their ear, and like everyone's like, oh, this is a cool thing that you get once you come into Sumeru City, and it's like, oh, that's cool. But Sean, you're actually on to something. Turns out that everyone in that city is actually reliving like the same day.
Mm,
And you, as the main character, come into the city and you start noticing like really weird things. And the way that they showed it in the game, it literally tripped me out where I was just like, did anyone just see that? Like this, it would do a thing where like the screen would like play a scene and you see like little like quick cut lines. And you're like, did my TV just do that? And then it just kind of progressively builds and builds and builds until it's just like,
mm,
oh yeah, like this is not real. Like you like there like one of the story scenes, like you replay the same scene like 4 times,
mhm,
and every time in the scene like you have to pick through like boxes, and each box has like a different thing in it. And the first time you pick it, you have no idea what the box is. The second time you're like, oh, I think it's this one. The third time you're like, wait, this is not right. Like I've done this before. And like by the last time, all the options is just the same option. And it's just like, oh, this is
mm.
crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, like Genshin Impact just continues to amaze me with its gameplay and all the story stuff. So yeah, that's that. Call of Oh, actually wait. You know what? You know what? You know what? Before we jump into Call of Duty, hey you, person on the other side of this, listening and watching. Please do us a favor. Like this podcast, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell because we need you to do those 3 things. If you've already done one of those 3 things, we appreciate it, but do the other 2. It's necessary. If you are listening, please pause this podcast, leave us a review so we can listen to it, or no, not listen, so we can read it, and then possibly say it on the podcast. So, make sure it's a cool one. We appreciate it. All right. Now, let us talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but multiplayer beta. It's a long ass title.
Mhm.
Sean, what was your thoughts on this thing?
I feel like this is where Battlefield 3 and 4 were in terms of like recoil and movement.
Mm,
I do not like how Maybe I have to get used to it again, but at the moment I don't like how heavy it feels, how sluggish it feels. People may see it feels snappy. I know this is a new engine that they're running it on.
Mm,
Um, I think my ultimate issue with where the series has gone since like Ghost or Advanced Warfare was that you no longer had a bead on where people could be. Before those, you couldn't get on rooftops. There wasn't as much verticality. Not that I have a problem with
oh,
that,
yeah.
but I feel like it's no longer Call of Duty. I understand the gameplay has to evolve. People bitch and moan that, they keep releasing the same game over and over and over again.
Mhm.
I think I just don't like how well defined it is where I need to look out for. I think there was one person I was tracking when I was playing the beta, and I could see their footsteps with my perk, and I knew they were around the corner. But come to find out, they climbed up on top of like a little, let's call it a banana stand, and they jumped down and killed me. Like the fucker
Yeah.
dropped down like he was freaking Spider Man and shot me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
where the hell did you come from?
Like, that was a thing you could do. Yeah. No, I totally see where you're coming from in terms of how dense the levels are now in terms of, yeah,
Mhm.
the verticality. Like,
You
that's
can't camp anywhere now, really.
exactly, exactly. And like I kind of like that. And it I'm trying to think, like, I like it, but I also find it annoying too when it's just like, okay, I
Why
know
would
it's
I
off the
think to look
radar.
there? Like,
Right? Yeah. It's like, okay, I know the person's over there. So you turn a corner and you look, there's no one there, but then he is like on the second level and he shoots down. You're like, God damn it. Like, yeah, I totally get that. Like, I am, well, actually, no, if you can continue if you're going, then I'll
there's
go as well.
also a level of toxicity that has evolved, and it's not the typical "Hey, you fucking N-word," like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
different from back in the day 10, 15 years ago. Now everyone is a goddamn streamer pro, min-maxing their build, and
Yeah.
you fuckers are trash even though they died first, and because you
Right.
didn't clutch a 1v6, bitch, like, the audacity.
The
Everybody's so quick to call you trash now when they died first, like, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's like, "You got more deaths than me. What are you talking about?"
and the level of trash talk is just I miss I fucked your mom trash talk versus
The simple
everybody
times,
trying
right?
everybody claiming, that they're you know, Call of Duty's greatest gift to gaming because they're showing
Mhm.
off for their stream. It's I don't know, it's just bullshit, man.
Yeah. It is, yeah, like, it is that thing of people are more inclined to try to show off because of their own, like, little personal channels versus people just trash talking for the sake of venting for the day or, like,
And then you
yeah.
got people thinking they're good when they're using cheats and stuff too. It's just
Oh, yeah.
whack.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, so I also played the multiplayer beta. I guess I'm on a different, uh,
Tone,
was it?
feeling.
Yeah, different side of the fence or whatever that saying is saying. Yeah,
Mhm.
I absolutely love this beta. It's been a very, very, very long time since I've played Call of Duty. It's been a very, very long time since I've like really played a first person shooter. Like I dabbled here and there, but like yeah, like jumping into this because my only my only reference really is from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and that
Yeah,
was years ago.
3
This
years. So you
feels,
didn't play
yeah,
Cold War or Vanguard, really? You played
not
the
at all.
beta, I think?
Yeah, 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 you're right. I did play the multiplayer beta of Vanguard, and like that's a Treyarch game, and I go on record by saying Treyarch games are the lesser of the three games.
Black
Um,
Ops are good.
I never liked Black Ops. I never liked Black Ops. Like I'll play it, but I just never, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like the gameplay felt much faster for me. Like normally when I jump into Call of Duty, I immediately turn down the look speed to like 3 or 4. But
Really?
like
That's the
yeah,
default,
yeah.
4.
Is it 4? Okay. I felt like this look speed was a little faster, but I just kind of left it because like, oh, this actually doesn't feel too bad.
I
So
turned
I
it
don't
up
know
to
if
like 6 to 7.
oh, did you? Oh, okay. Yeah. I probably should play around with messing with it because in one of the matches that I played, oh, so I should actually preface this by saying in Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 2, they have redid the dive mechanic. So now it's way more actually effective to use. So much so that I was 1v1ing a guy. He ran past me, did a 180 in the air and dived and landed on the ground and like shot and killed me. And I was like in the moment, I was like, what the fuck? Where'd the guy just go? Like, why am I dead? And I looked at the kill cam and saw what he did. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so like just confused and at the same time impressed by like that level of like maneuvering. I was like, I didn't know you could do that. And the thing is, I think because based off of the UI from the lobby and stuff, you can see when a player is like keyboard and mouse versus controller. And I
Yeah.
believe everyone there was controller. So I'm like, well, if he's able to do that, I'm gonna fuck around and figure that out because I want to do that shit. So that was something I was just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna put that in my back pocket. I'm gonna figure that out later. But I had such a good time playing. Like, I wasn't doing the best all the time, but
Mhm.
it was a thing of just like kind of learning the maps and like learning or I guess relearning the whole like Call of Duty thing.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I feel like playing like GBO2, it's so important for you to stick with the team. And I remember like my Call of Duty habits are like, okay, if the team's going this way, I'm gonna go that way because that way is gonna be like where I'm clear to know it. And it's just
Did
like,
you did you see that Caleb City video about flanking away from your team?
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yes. And it pretty much was like that because it's just like, all right, I'm gonna go this way, and then they die, and I'm just like, shit. So now, like,
Sorry.
everyone, right? So like, I'm more inclined now to just stick with my team, and I
Mhm.
feel like when I do that, like, I just have a better time because it's just like throwing fire down there, like throwing grenades, throwing like flashbangs or whatever, and it's just like, okay, this is cool. This is a lot of fun. I just want to give a big prop to I get big props, yeah, to the gunsmith 2.0
Mhm.
or whatever. That what I love about it is that it reminds me of the little like tweaking here and there that I was doing in like back in Armor Core days where it's just like, oh, let me put this thing on here. Let's see what this does. Oh, let me try this thing. And like they give you almost 100% freedom of building your gun any way you want, except that you have to obey like the 5 attachment rule, which is fine. Like that is what it is. That keeps it from being like completely broken. But like it is so cool to be able to turn your M4 from a assault rifle to something closer to like a SMG.
Yeah.
And it's like that is so awesome. Like I can't wait to dig into that system further and like really start building out like custom loadouts. And then on top of that,
Hey, DJ,
yes.
we live in America. You can do it for real.
But like there's a level of protection of doing it in the game versus doing it while black. You know what I mean?
No comment.
But yeah, like overall, I had a good time with the beta. The only issue that I really, really have, and this is a Call of Duty thing, is that the UI is still cheeks. Like everything is it's so hard to parse like the different things, and it's just like, all right, where am I? Like I logged into the Call of Duty like game or whatever, and I was shown like, "Oh, you can pre-order the whatever content or whatever." And I was like, "Nah, I don't want this." So I pressed circle, and it logged me out of Call of Duty, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"The fuck just
Yeah, I
happened?"
think I did that
Turns out
too.
I had to press
Something
down
similar.
to go like, yeah, and I was like, like why is this like this? Like, come on, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much our impressions of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer beta.
Mm.
I have something to
Mm,
say. Hey, shout out.
go for it.
Yeah. So, hey, shout out Sony. if you're complaining about Xbox exclusivity with Call of Duty, maybe get rid of your whole exclusive content for PlayStation 4, PlayStation systems thing. It's a shout out, maybe. I don't know.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're supposed to get the Ghost of Tsushima RT.
I mean, that makes sense. That's fine. That's using a PlayStation IP. But like, hey, all this other exclusivity
Oh, the
stuff.
beta being
Not even the beta. The beta and stuff, that's
Oh.
fine because like, fuck you if you think like oh, it's not for like no. If whatever, that's fine. It's the other exclusive content going forward for PlayStation only. That thing that they probably get rid of.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have a good point there.
Yeah.
All right. So Sean, you've been doing a little yakuzaing. Yakuzaing?
Mm-hmm. All of that.
Yakuzaing?
I'm a pimp
Yes.
now. Next game.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I mean,
Hey,
no,
hey.
specifically, he's managing a cabaret and he's recruiting girls off the street and other places. But Avery, you do you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The thing. Okay, yeah. So I finally got the platinum in The Last of Us Part 1.
Hey.
So shout out to that. It's not on my hard drive right now. I'll download it again a year from now when I want to play when I want to feel bad. But like to just reiterate how I felt when I started playing this remake is that man, Last of Us Part 1 is one of the best games ever made. Like even with parts of it that have not aged the best, it's like it still shits on 90% of games, AAA games that are put out there, and I'm like, I adore this game, and it makes me sad to know that Last of Us 2 exists. Not that Last of Us 2 is a bad game, but like that Last of Us 1 ending is just so powerful that like the idea of a sequel just sort of ruins the experience.
Yeah.
You kind of get why people were upset how he died now.
No, fuck that. Those people are cringe, and that's perfectly fine the way Joel died. I'm just talking about the happiness of the Joel and Ellie relationship. Is a moment in time I just want to sit in because like
right off in the sunset.
Yeah, like because like I'm playing the game and I'm like, huh, Ellie is really bonded to Joel really quickly as the father figure. Huh. Oh, okay. Oh man, this is really tragic. Look at the happen. Look at the acting in this little girl's eyes as she sees this man trying to save her. Oh man, this is
with even more intensity now because they use the actual.
Yeah, the like final shot of the game of Ellie, like Joel straight up lying to Ellie's face with the new face and the new motion capturing is like so fucking chef's kiss of like acting because like they did a good job in the original of like of making subtly in the acting in that scene, but here just like a total tour de force of like, oh man, she knows she's lying. Does she care that he's lying? Does it bother her that he's lying? It's so much clearer in this version of like the emotional journey she goes on.
They did what they could with what they had back then, but damn, I kind of want to play this for the 8th or 9th time now.
Yeah. Then after that,
wait, Sean, did you get the remake? No,
Nah, not yet. I'm gonna wait till it drops.
Okay.
I don't have the money for it right now.
Yeah. Okay.
For once.
I started playing so number one, I watched Cyberpunk the EdgeRunners on Netflix, and I will say that is a 10 out of 10 anime series that
Really?
That CD Projekt Red nearly destroyed because they tried to get rid of the best character in the game because they don't like lollies, which I'm not gonna iterate. I'm not gonna fucking litigate the lolicon thing. It's whatever. It's a thing I just had to roll with because I'm a fan of anime. But I'm just saying, Rebecca's the best character in that fucking show, and like the conversation between CDPR and Studio Trigger was like, "Oh, if you try to take her out of this show, we're canceling this right now." Like they're adamant on putting her in, and I think good job for you. She's fantastic. She's a great character. Wow. That being said, I watched EdgeRunners and I said, "Fuck it, let me play Cyberpunk." So I booted up on my PC and realized, oh man, it is not running well on this PC anymore. Like this is a PC that's 2.5 years old. I haven't upgraded any parts of it, and I've been using it for such mundane shit that like it's just clogged to hell. So I went from 60 frames to like 20, and it's like as someone who doesn't give a shit about frames, it was like this was such a drop. That I'm like, I'm just gonna play the PS5 version. So
I was about to say you went to go play the PS4 version on PC. How noble of you.
So I booted up the PS5 version, and I'm like, oh man, this game is still, based on how I played it back in the day and my memories with that game, still fucking awesome. And I can't wait to see all the new shit they put in since then, as well as the EdgeRunner content in there. Because one thing I noticed immediately, which is fantastic, is that one I started off the new playthrough. I started a brand new playthrough on PS5, and I'm playing. I played Street Kid on PC. I'm gonna play Corpo on here. Uh, Immediately, the first thing I noticed is that you can make outfits. Where like before, you just put on random shit and look like a crazy person. Now you can go to your closet and pick out outfit choices and make an outfit that you can equip at any time while still keeping the dumb stats from whatever you're wearing.
Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
that looked like a crazy samurai Lou Bega.
Yeah, that was my issue too. It's like, oh, this jacket looks really dope, and then it's like, I'm so much like my level is so much past this. Is like I need to wear actual like
Yeah,
appropriate stuff.
yeah. So Cyberpunk, like, I'm going to be on a Cyberpunk journey for the next couple of weeks going forward as I wait for God of War. But in the meantime, I finally made good on playing what I've been threatening to do and playing Saints Row the reboot. And I will say that in the 1 hour of gameplay I have played, it still feels like an old Saints Row game from like an entire generation ago, and looks like an old Saints Row game a generation ago. Like I I I don't like shitting on games. I do it a
Yeah,
lot, but I don't like it. But I do think all the bad press in this game is entirely justified in just a presentation in low.
yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then its character creator, I think, immediately the game show immediately I was like, I don't like character creators. So I'm just gonna play the default fucking boss. And to their credit, she's the first character, like in their presets, she's the first
Mm-hmm.
one you can
Mm-hmm.
sort of like
Pick from.
select.
Okay.
But it's whatever.
Yeah. So like, was there? Oh, well, you only played an hour of it, so I was gonna say, like, was there anything like in the story that like grabbed you in any way?
I mean, the story from very much early on for the first hour I played is that like, hey, you join a paramilitary organization because you're a fresh out of college kid and you need a job, and all you care about are benefits and
Mm-hmm.
your pay, like bonuses and pay increases and cost of living stuff, millennial shit. And like they
Right.
don't give a shit about that, and you just have to go and you just have to. And like, I guess the story is an evolution of that, but like as as I am so far, no part of it is really interesting. That being
Mm-hmm.
said, the initial set piece is cool. I just wish it was more involved mechanically, if that makes sense.
Right. 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 Okay. Okay. All right. Well, um, I think that's it. We did it. We talked about the latest news. We talked about the games we're playing. And with that being said, that has been our podcast for the day. We hope you enjoyed listening to this episode, watching this episode as much as we enjoyed talking and making this episode. In case you missed any details, you can find any of that and more on our website at pressx2start.com. Again, we ask that you please like this video, this podcast, this culmination of our words and energy into a single focal point of a YouTube video. Um, Dang, I kind of forgot everything else I was gonna say. Yeah, so like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell in case I didn't say that before. Getting real deep there. Um, yeah, again, if you're listening to this, please pause the podcast, leave us a review, and then unpause the podcast, and then continue listening because we need your support, and your support is everything to us. Yeah, so I think with that being said, oh, and check out the PlayStation State of Play live reaction that we did because it is amazing and it's doing gangbusters compared to our normal numbers, not compared to like IGN or like a GameSpot or like a Kind of Funny, but it's doing gangbusters for us. So be a part of the gang and bust them numbers. Oh, I froze. Look at that, I froze.
And rob a few
I'm back.
people while you're at it. Why not?
Whoa, wait, don't do that. Only in GTA, not in real life. Only in GTA.
That's
All right.
America. It's a free country. Especially free if you rob people.
I don't think I could support any of that. But if you get locked up, tell everybody else about our podcast because we appreciate that too.
You got time to listen.
All right, y'all. Peace out. Be safe. Play games and wash your hands.
Also, fuck G2. You know what you
Oh
did,
my
Carlos.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ. Yeah. Fuck G2. All right. Bye, guys.